Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Brendan King from the Brendan King Group at Simply Vegas, and this is episode 11 of the
Unnamed Show.
Today we are joined by Joey Ciaglia of Streamline Loans. What's going on, Joey?
What's going on, guys? Always a pleasure.
Yeah, for sure. Nice to have you here. Everybody always has loan questions, but before we get to that, of course, as always, text Aviators to 702-553-1955, Jack's age, 702-553-1955. Don't forget to text Aviators.
Wait a minute, wait. Born in 1955, or that's the
No,
age?
He's saying I'm 55 years old.
Oh, okay. Well, there's a difference.
Moving forward, September 9th through 14th, don't forget, Aviators are back in town. Tickets are on sale now, September 10th, post-game
Fireworks show.
So if you want to check out fireworks, September 10th, this Friday, fireworks show. And of course, Aviators are just in general killing it right now. And Reno is in town September 9th through 14th. So if you want to check out the Aviators, feel free to text Aviators to 702-553-1955. Jack's not 55.
I'm
I
not
swear.
55.
We're going to be going to that game with Dan and Terry, right?
Yes, we will be there actually. Next Tuesday, we'll
Joey will also be there on Tuesday.
I'll be there as well.
Yeah, we just found this out. So
That's right.
in our little
I'll be
intro,
serving beers behind the concession there.
You'd be a good bartender. Yeah.
Cold beer hip.
Yeah, I like it. I like
He's
it.
got it down. But yeah, we'll be there on Tuesday. Check out the game. If you haven't been, it's an insane stadium, honestly, for minor league. We went from the worst to the best. We had an awful minor league stadium before that had some history, so I will give it that. But it was definitely not one of the better. So now we've come around and we've got one of the best. While we've got Joey here, before we start rambling about entertainment and sports and drink and all that kind of stuff, Joey, let's get to the serious stuff first.
Tell us about some loans.
Let's ramble about mortgages.
Let's do it.
So what the heck is the current status? I feel like even with clients, we hear people, they're like, I heard I can get a 0.5 interest rate loan. What's the legitimate today deal?
Give us the goods.
Of
Give
course,
us the goods.
today.
0.5 is aggressive. Okay,
Yeah.
It's aggressive. I know we had talked a little bit about 1.99. It is on the rate sheet. However, it's very expensive to get that rate. So in this market, every single time when you pencil it out, what we always try to do is price loans as close to zero as possible. If you can lock in a 30-year fixed interest rate at 2.75 without paying for it, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to buy it down to either 2.5 or 2.375, because the amount of time that it takes to break even on that amount that you're going to buy it down, if you sell, if you refi, you're going to lose that rate and you're going to lose the money that you put into it.
Tell clients this all the time. They need to look at their break-even spread over time. So if you're going to pay $5,000 to buy a rate down and it's going to take you 7 years to get your money back, what's the point? Yeah.
Exactly. You're never going to get that money back. Rates are so good. It was definitely a lot more prevalent when interest rates were 5 and 6%, and people wanted to get them down from there. But other than that, right now they're so competitive. Streamline is so competitive. I mean, our company, we don't have any fees for anybody that buys with your group or anybody that works with Simply Vegas. We don't charge any fees. What do I mean by fees? Processing, underwriting, broker fees. Depending on the company that you're working with, any of those fees can be $7.95 to $9.95
or higher.
We had one.
You just had one?
Oh,
we had
higher.
one that went with you guys where the situation was like $3,000. $5,000.
$5,000
just in
origination fee.
I mean,
It's insane.
Yeah.
there's one place that goes right in the pocket.
Yeah,
so
right.
Yeah.
I think that, the philosophy for our ownership was by eliminating those fees, we're allowing clients to put money back into their own pocket, because really those fees go to pay for operating expenses, which we have in a mortgage company, staff, people to process these loans. But
streamlining.
our company has streamlined it,
Nice.
and we're doing okay.
Yeah, but I think that's a good point to make. If you're going to start that way, you're going to stay that way. Because you
Absolutely.
don't have a choice. If you're going to say, okay, we're not going to charge these fees, we're not going to do this, we're not going to do that, you can't then take these extra costs, make the fancy buildings and all that, because from day one, you've made that decision.
That's right.
And you guys really have. Like, from day one, when you guys told us what you had to offer, we were a little skeptical, to be honest. And
Were you skeptical of me or
I'll
weren't
be
there
honest,
yet.
a
You
little
weren't there
bit. I'm just kidding.
but you delivered like the actual sheet, and then the thing is, there's one thing when you have the cost sheet, there's another thing when you actually close and see the fees.
Yeah.
The difference was what you showed was what we got, and that's huge. Like that's huge. So in today's market, of course, no one's going to hold you to this. This is going to be online forever, of course. But in today's, what is it? Today's September 8th, 9th, 2021. What's the current rate they can expect in a range?
I would say the rate that they could expect would be anywhere between 2.75 and 2.875 with no buy down. So literally, you can lock in at that rate with no lender fees, outside of an appraisal, of course.
FHA, VA.
FHA is even better.
Yeah.
But the thing with FHA is, well, it's very difficult to get an offer. Well, you guys could tell me that. You're the agents. You
As
go,
I said that, I got a stomach ache.
Yes.
you go in with a pre-approval letter for an FHA buyer. Not to take anything away from an FHA buyer, but it seems that middle of the road price range is just getting completely saturated.
There's hedge funds buying homes.
Cash.
Yeah, all
right?
cash, 20,000 over. They have no chance. Yeah.
I think one thing that's interesting to mention is that the pricing on a loan at 10% down is actually better than pricing on a loan with 20% down.
Do explain.
Yeah,
Why
please.
would that be?
Yes.
If I guess why that would be.
No PMI.
Correct.
Yeah.
So if at 90% loan to value, if the bank is going to charge private mortgage insurance on that loan,
$300,
they'll give you a little bit better price.
Yeah.
It's not like that anymore. I mean, our pricing, we have the lowest private mortgage insurance in the business. I've shopped it against, we don't name the names, but I've
A bunch of people, a bunch of companies.
Bell's Cargo,
Those
Race Financial. I've shopped it against all of them.
rank of America.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Rank of
And
America.
why is that? Why is that happening? You know, because these large lenders are writing mortgage insurance themselves, so they're offering it at a massive discount.
I feel like everything's getting packaged up.
It is.
If someone's doing this, they're all just kind of like, hey, we're going to do all of it.
Yep.
And we're going to save the consumer money because the consumer wants to save money.
We're going to do it better. That's the whole idea. You know, I just had a client yesterday who PMI has this stigma to it, right? Everybody hears the word and they're like, oh God, I don't want PMI on my loan. But when you sit down and you really run the numbers and say, you're buying a house for $400,000, you want to put down $80,000. What if I told you could put down $40,000? So put 10% down, and your mortgage insurance is going to be $61 a month.
Wow.
Would you rather come in with an extra $40,000 down and pay or not pay $61 a month? Personally, I would rather pay
$61 a month all day.
and keep my 40 grand in the bank.
Yeah. And make money in other places.
Correct.
Like that's the other thing. It's opportunity cost. If your opportunity cost is better in the home, or if you've got cash, let's say you're buying a home maybe at a deal, which it doesn't really exist, but maybe a home that needs work. Let's say it that way.
Right.
You're not paying the premium. You're paying the spread that's on the lower end. You could take that other 10% and fix the house up if you actually have it. But if you don't have it, you're also still able to get in a home at 10% and only pay $61.
Exactly.
That's crazy. Yeah, and on jumbos, let's bring up jumbos. We've got a lot of higher end clients. What is the current rate for a jumbo, and can you not pay PMI on a 10% down? I know the answer already. That's why I prefaced it that way. Can you
got
not
excited about that.
Can you not pay PMI on a 10% down loan with a jumbo? And explain what a jumbo is.
So the answer is yes. So the definition of a jumbo mortgage is any loan amount above $548,250. So anytime you go above that number, you're considered jumbo realm of financing. Well, what does jumbo really mean? Jumbo means that it's a different set of investors that are purchasing these loans in the secondary market. What does that mean? That means that they play by a different set of rules than Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. So Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac have the same guidelines across the board, no matter what broker you're working with.
And they're a huge chunk of the actual mortgage market.
Huge. Yeah. I don't know exactly how much, but
A huge, yeah.
big.
Let's say huge.
So
Huge.
Or jumbo.
Jumbo.
they're a jumbo
They're a
section of
jumbo.
it.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of the challenge with a lot of these investors after COVID coming back. Jumbo was probably the last program that we got added in the mix
Yeah, I remember
when
that, yeah.
programs started to come back. Remember, you heard the term overlay?
Yeah.
So overlay is kind of a fancy way of saying,
Give me some more documents.
yes, we're going to put this overlay on this particular file because of COVID. And everything really just relates back to COVID and the challenges that it brought for people that not only were W-2 salaried workers, but more specifically self-employed, 1099. They probably took the brunt of the COVID effects.
And
Sure.
we've got a lot of clients that are entertainers who were 1099 employees or were W-2 that now went to 1099, and that seems to complicate things a bit because they had maybe $100,000 a year for 2 years, and now they switched from a W-2 to a 1099.
Mm-hmm.
If I were to walk into your office and say, "Hey, can I get a loan?" and I just started a new job at 1090 with a 1099 for 3 months, what would you say?
Unfortunately, I'd have to tell you no.
Yeah.
Anytime you go from W-2 salary to 1099, you must have a 2-year history of earning 1099 income before you could apply for a mortgage.
And that's a 2-year
You could
tax-
apply, it just might not go anywhere.
Yeah,
Right.
2-year tax history, so January to December, or is that a 2-year from start to finish?
So you need 2 years of 1099s. So that's a really good question, by the way. So if you have 2 years of 1099s, but you haven't filed your 2020 returns, you can still qualify as long as you have 2 years of 1099s. It doesn't have to be filed yet in the taxes.
But if they have 2 returns, they're probably okay, right?
They're fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
they're fine.
Okay.
And just going back to your jumbo question there. So
sorry.
interest rates for jumbo. The sweet spot for a jumbo purchase is 20% down. If you put 20% down, I do quite a few jumbos. There's a big producing agent at our office that I'm grateful he sends me quite a bit. But I just did one for 2.75, and that was over $2 million.
Does his name rhyme with Raven?
Yes,
All right.
it does. So 2.75, I'd say 2.9 is probably more of the sweet spot there.
Okay.
We do have a 90%. It's actually not 90%. It's 89.99. And the reason I know that is because I've tried to put it in the calculator so many times. I'm like, why is this not working? Because it's 89.99. And that prices out at about 3.625 with no mortgage insurance.
Okay.
Okay.
So the difference is pretty significant interest rate wise. If you've got cash, it may be more worth it to put 20% down on a jumbo
I definitely think it is.
than it is to do a 10%, unless you're doing work on a home, you want to improve it, and you've got some money that you have to use. That makes sense. But still, Jesus, that's a jumbo. So I think rounding all that up, first of all, rates are insane. They're still insane. Everyone hears rumors that they're coming up and all that. They've pretty much just kind of stayed where they are. If you're getting a jumbo loan, the rates are under 3% if you're putting 10%, a little over 3% if you're putting 20%, or the other way around.
Other way around.
Yeah. High 2s if you're putting 10%. Other way around. Oh my
No,
God.
the other way around again.
Yeah.
Again, he should just stop
Brendan
talking.
said I could
Joey,
get
can you explain this to
2.75
us? Because
with
Brendan cannot.
So anyway, in the 3s if you're putting 10% down, in the 2s if you're putting 20% down. I'm totally kidding.
Even better.
But either way, it's just ridiculous. Like when we put things into perspective, my dad bought his first house at 17%. It's just insane. So either way, if you need help with lending, I think in all ways, Joey's the guy to call. He understands the market, whether it's jumbo, not jumbo. Honestly, his team, it's not just Joey. He's got a full team behind him. But you're still going to talk to Joey in the process. You're not going to get somebody else on the phone. Joey will absolutely help you. Why Streamline? That's probably my last question, lending related.
Well, the first reason is because I'm there. That's the best reason.
Yeah.
100%.
Why Streamline? Great question. I can't say enough good things about these guys. I came on board. It's been 2 years. Everything that they said they were going to do, they've done.
And you were kicking and screaming at first.
I wasn't kicking and screaming at first, but who likes change, right?
Yeah, I hate change. Yeah,
You get in a flow. You get in a rhythm.
they were begging you. I remember it. Yeah.
Gavin says he begged. He didn't, though. He made one call. I said, okay, all right, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
But it was the best decision I ever made. These guys, they do a great job. They're growing extremely rapidly. I mean, they've opened.
And Jonathan's brilliant, honestly.
Oh, Jonathan's great, man.
Yeah.
He's like the Godfather walking around that place.
Yeah.
But the amount of resources they've brought in to not only help us close our business, but to grow our business has been significant. We have, I'm 21 years in the business, and our processing team is arguably the best I've ever seen. From start to finish, our files run very smoothly. Well, we close a lot of deals for you guys, and very rarely do we miss, unless there's some circumstance that we can't control. But I'm really excited to see what these guys do over the next 2 years, because it seems like they're always making some sort of change to make Streamline better, bigger, faster. The technology that we're bringing on is incredible, and we have great relationships with our investors. I close a lot of volume, and with volume comes perks, if you will. I get pricing breaks. I've got direct lines to underwriting supervisors.
I've heard the words from you before. I don't know if I can do this, but let me see what I can do for you. And then you call me back and say, yes, we can do it.
Sometimes you got to make the phone call, right? You gotta vet it out.
To the Godfather.
But that's one thing, I'm very careful with my pre-quals. You've got a client right now that, listen, I take it very serious when you guys send us a lead, that the worst thing on earth that we could do is put somebody in the car that can't buy, right? And granted, things can always happen. The business isn't perfect. We try our best, but you try to eliminate those risks. But when you have self-employed people, 1099, the way they file,
we're working on one of those right now.
We are, and it's a real fine line that can go either way at the drop of a hat. So we always take our time and try to do our best.
And just so everybody knows, I know a lot of times people say, "Oh, these lenders are being a pain. These lenders are doing." They're asking for things that are ridiculous. They're not asking for anything they want to ask you for. They're actually told to ask for these things because they have no choice. So when it comes down to like a lender asking for documentation, just know that they have no choice. The underwriters are the godfathers, really. And they're just doing what they're told.
They are. We spend half of our time negotiating conditions, because if we go to a client, it's because we absolutely have to. There's no way to get around it. But most of the time, I can negotiate with them and say, you've already got this in the file. This could be applied towards that condition. Let's clear that one and get it off. And I think that's what makes us pretty effective, is we try to keep our touch points with the client to a minimum.
And we do the same with real estate as well. And speaking of real estate, we did see an article in the Review Journal recently saying the Las Vegas house prices cool off during record-breaking run.
Do you know what's crazy about that, Brendan?
What's that?
Is basically with the inventory and everything is so low, it basically means to me, and maybe to you and anybody else, instead of 15 offers on every property, you're getting about 10.
Yeah.
That's a cooling off situation.
We put on 2 listings yesterday, and both have had, I think Caroline's has had 18 showings. Yours,
I'm at 26 showings for the. I put it on at
off 4 times.
I put it on at 2:00 yesterday, and I now am in a multiple offer situation, and it's still going crazy.
And I looked at our current 7 listings. All of them are within 1 and 15 days. So it's cooling off, meaning we're not getting 27 offers, but the inventory is still so low that honestly, it's still a seller's market.
It's very much a seller's market.
I bet a lot of that has to do with just frustration, right? From clients who are kind of giving up, so to speak.
I think they were, and now they're finding they have more options. I think it's kind of good for everybody right now.
And for this article to come out after Labor Day weekend. Right. People are out of town for Labor Day weekend. Maybe
the timing's kind of perfect. Because the timing's kind of perfect.
Is it really cool?
We went up to 5.3 weeks at one point, or whatever it was, 3 weeks ago. Now we're back down to 2.9 weeks of inventory. So I think that's probably what they're talking about. And of course, if you're interested every week in knowing what the current market update is, every Monday we do put that out, and you can go to our website, or of course you can get our text, which we'll talk about at the end of the show. But every Monday we do talk about the current numbers in the market, the inventory, days on market, lots of crazy data. And then we talk about supply. So there is a new blog post about what the heck is supply. We always say supply and inventory.
I was just going to ask you, because I'm not a realtor. I have a question. What exactly does 2.9 weeks of inventory mean?
It means in 2.9 weeks, most of the inventory is replenished and new. It means on average, a normal neutral market is 6 months
Wow.
of inventory.
Wow.
Right now we're at 2.9 weeks.
So you're saying there's a chance.
2.9 weeks.
Weeks.
That's why you're staying in your current home and you didn't buy the last home you tried to buy.
So every time I go on social media and I'm friends with all agents, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I go on there and every post says, set a record in this neighborhood. 47 offers, got the highest price ever.
It means they put the house on the market.
I was going to say, should I be excited about that, or is that pretty normal?
It's pretty normal.
It's pretty normal.
It's just every neighborhood there's one home for sale, and like right now we've got one that we're gonna stretch the limits on. We just met with the guy today. That's why I was kind of running over here after. The house sold at $475 a year ago, and we're probably gonna touch the 6-something range right now a year later, for the fact that it's the only unicorn property in the area that has a giant yard, a pool, all this stuff, and it's a decent house. It's a
It's
decent.
very nice.
Will it appraise?
It's nice.
Moving on. So appraisal wise, so these are our current listings.
All right. Hey, it's my turn. It's my turn. Brendan's got to shut his mouth right now. I just put on yesterday. This is the one I was just talking about. 1404 Santa Margarita Street, Unit E. It's a condo. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo. It looks over the pool. 2 separate balconies, newly renovated, new flooring, new paint, new cabinets. It is a diamond in the rough. They are, this is the one I was talking about, multiple offers.
Yeah, currently
26
already.
showings since 2 o'clock yesterday.
Yeah.
It's insane.
And you know what? Our client came to us and said, hey, what should I do? He wanted to do this certain price that was kind of a ridiculous price. We said, yes, but you're going to have to do renovations. So we hooked him up with a contractor, got the guy in there, actually the guy we were talking about before. And the guy went through and improved the property to a point that we felt like he could get the price he wants. So that's the kind of advice when you reach that point. If there's a price you want to meet, you need somebody who understands the market and what you need to do and what you need to improve. So Jack had walked in there and said, I think you need to improve the floors, paint the place, definitely fix some things up. Place looks great, and he's getting the results that he wants.
My phone won't stop. It's like buzzing in my back pocket right now, all over this little condo.
But originally, when he said the price, we were like, it was not. That was not the case. So, and then another one we have is on Belhaven Street. This is actually Caroline's property. It's on 3915 Belhaven Street, $525,000. Another one that we've just had endless showings on. Honestly, she's done an amazing job on this home as far as updates and just character all around.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, she did such a nice
Beautiful
job.
house.
In Spring Valley, 11,000 square foot lot.
The lot's amazing. I mean, look at-
She's got a boat on the side of the house, but you could fit like 17 buses. And they used to have a half pipe in the backyard, actually. So it's an amazing home. So any of these current listings, of course, reach out if you have any questions about them. There is an open house this Friday, 11 to 3 p.m. and Saturday, 10 to 2 p.m. So if you want to just check out in person, then feel free to stop by. We can definitely show you around and let you know what's going on with the property. Moving on from that.
What do we got? What do we
got
got?
some sports.
Oh, look out. Tonight is the
Cowboys.
season opener of Dallas Cowboys versus the Tampa Bay Bucks. Dak Prescott is back for the Cowboys. Old man Tom Brady, 44 years old, the GOAT, is
The thing
going
is, he's
for
our
his
age.
He's
Wait,
going
wait.
for wait.
How old are you?
that.
How old are you? Can you say this on air?
41.
Yeah, I'm 41.
Wow. I'm not 55. I'm going to be 43 next month.
Yeah. So
Birthday presents,
literally,
you
Tom
can
Brady's
text.
older than us and still killing it.
He's 44. He's going for his 8th Super Bowl ring.
I don't think he's human. I really don't.
My favorite team only has 1 Super Bowl championship.
Yeah, I love to hate the guy.
Chicago Bears.
Like that's it.
The 85 Bears.
yes, the 85 Bears.
Arguably the best team ever to play the game.
Ever to play the game. Thank
Ever.
you.
Oh,
Thank you
yes.
very much.
God.
Thank
And you want to know the worst part about the Cowboys?
I got 2 Chicago guys, but between.
So
on either side.
I'm a Bear fan, and I'm a fan of anybody playing the Cowboys.
Yeah, I'll agree
and the
with that.
Packers.
I'm
and the
I'm a
Packers.
Giants fan.
Anybody
so
plays the
that-
Packers too.
The biggest torture of my life was I had to live in Dallas in the 90s through all their Super Bowls.
Ouch.
That was miserable.
Yeah,
That was
Wait, you
miserable.
lived in Dallas?
I did.
The Big
I
D.
did. I don't really tell
Deep
people
Ellum.
that. Yeah. Plano. You ever heard of Plano?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Went to high school there. Plano,
Very
Tech,
nice.
Plano Wildcats.
All right.
Yeah, sure did.
Did not
Wow.
know this.
Interesting. You learn something new every day.
I know.
especially with our guests.
But
why I
more
have the Cowboy hat
importantly,
in the
let's
car.
forget about Tom Brady. The Raiders are playing their first game on Monday, week 1. What? Monday Night Football. So it's a nighttime game, of course, and you've got an insane view of the Strip if you're going to be there. Actually, there's tickets available. If you go on Game Time, I was on there today. You can get like lower area tickets for like $300, $200, which is a lot of money.
Have you been to an event there?
Yes, I went to the opening.
Beautiful,
there. Yeah.
beautiful stadium.
No,
Beautiful.
David and I are the only two just kind of still holdouts. But I actually text my wife on the way here like 30 minutes ago and said, hey, want to go to the Raiders game on Monday? So I don't know if you guys are there or not. I may be there on Monday.
I will not be there. I will not
But
be
your
there.
brother-in-law will.
Yes, he will, and my sister actually. Yes.
But oh my God, if you haven't seen the stadium, I haven't been there yet, but literally through everybody
Well, wait a
else's
minute.
eyes.
This is what it looked like last year. This year it's going to look like this. Fans. Holy cow, there's going to be fans there.
actually in the background there too is
Absolutely
the glass
beautiful.
that opens
Yeah.
up, and that glass opens up to the Strip. So if you look in the back by this giant flame, it's a flame, right? Isn't
That
it?
is the
Yeah.
eternal flame of L. Davis, yes.
Yeah, the eternal flame of Mark Davis's hair.
Yeah, or that.
Yeah. So
They have some cool lounges there too. You can get
Yeah,
nice,
it's really neat.
They actually do mixed cocktails at the bar. They're delicious. Jack Daniels has a lounge in there, which is pretty
Modelo
cool.
has that cool
Yeah.
lounge too.
well,
Yeah.
the thing is, Vegas does it right. If you look at T-Mobile Arena,
Oh, yeah.
like the whole section, was it Jack Daniels?
Win
section,
nightclub.
right?
Win
I'm trying to
nightclub.
remember
has
the
it.
name of the signature cocktail, and I can't remember it, but
But
it's
just
delicious.
Vegas, like
Yeah.
amazing. Raider Stadium is just incredible. So and then of course there is a Raiders Tavern and Grill at the M Resort. It's kind of the quintessential Raiders headquarters until somebody else builds another one, but
Closer to the stadium.
it's close to
probably.
the stadium. But it is honestly, I think the only official current Raiders bar. And check it out, of course, on Monday if you want the like official spot to watch the game.
I can also bring up Taste of Chicago again because that's a Chicago bar, but we talked about that
Have
already.
you been there?
What, More?
Taste of Chicago?
Yeah,
Oh,
they
it's-
remodeled it. Did you see it?
Yeah, I probably eat there 6 times a week.
Looks great. Oh, yeah, it's right down the street from the office.
He put the big TVs in.
Oh, it looks
yeah,
great.
it's great.
Looks
great.
great.
Chicago pizza.
Yeah.
Again,
great
again,
spot.
Chicago, not
I
Chicago.
don't know that. I mean,
We always steer back to Chicago at some
that
point.
Raider bar looked pretty nice at M
It's nice.
Resort.
No,
No,
it's
it's
really
super
nice.
nice.
It's
I've
really
been
nice.
to some Raider bars in Oakland before they moved, and let's hope that doesn't look like some of those bars. 'Cause,
Well, you know what? That's a good point. This is a good point because when I heard we were getting the Raiders, that was one fear I had was my thought of what a Raider fan looks like, and I feel like over time I'm going that direction. But I wonder if that whole gridiron thing in the like
black hole.
end zone, the black
black hole.
like I don't know.
I like the fact that you want to cheer for the local team, but I can assure you, you do not look like a true Raiders fan.
He does not.
I can assure you of that.
If he grows his hair like Paul Anka again, maybe.
Hey, 2 weeks ago, Joey said he needed a haircut right before this.
It's coming in. The flow.
So,
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's switch gears right now. Let's talk about September festivals going on in town. We got Lost in Dreams, which is kind of like an EDC type of EDM music at downtown Las Vegas Event Center, September 4th to the 5th. Viva Las Vegas, Hot Rods, Pompadour Hair, Old School Roadsters at the Orleans, September 9th through the 12th. Big Blues Bender. Blues music. Also a Chicago thing, but don't say anything. Anyway, September 9th to the 12th at the Westgate. And, of course, the big festival that we have every year downtown, the Life is Beautiful Festival, September 17th through the 20th. Big name acts. Also, punk rock bowling at the downtown Las Vegas Event Center. Leather jackets, leather livers. Interesting. Check that out, too. September events here in lovely Las Vegas.
wait, Life is Beautiful. Remind me, do they still do the food experiences as well? Is it?
Yes.
They do.
Yes,
Yeah. And that's
they do.
kind of a unique thing, I have to admit. It's like food and music and drink. Like they
Art.
kind of.
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a really neat little festival down there. Oh,
So,
it's big, actually. not
Life is
little.
Beautiful, 8 days, 7 hours, 13 minutes, 14 seconds. That was a little earlier today.
It's not too
But
late.
September 17th through September 19th.
20th.
20th. It says 19th. On
Oh,
there.
19th. Sorry.
Who's this guy?
I don't know. Jumping ahead.
If you're Billie Eilish, Green Day, an additional artist, definitely check it out if you're interested. So, go. What do I do? What am I saying? Go get tickets.
Green Day,
of course,
back in high school.
Green Day. Oh my
jamming.
God, that's like junior, senior year for me.
Love it.
For all of us at this age of 27 years old.
Ah, yes.
Green Day is a band that we remember quite well.
So anyway, another huge show, biggest show in Vegas is starting soon. Let's see. It is
you're early.
Terry Bradshaw.
Terry Bradshaw.
Terry Bradshaw has a show in Vegas.
I've been
Okay,
waiting
next.
all
This one
day to
is
do
I
this
don't want
one.
to talk
I
about this
messed it
anymore. Next.
I've already seen it. I was at the dress rehearsal. I couldn't wait.
Terry Bradshaw. So REO Speedwagon is at Red Rock on Friday. Actually, I'll be there, and Jack invited me to go. And then I found out 2 days ago that
I can't get tickets because they're sold out. So Brennan's going with his wife, and I'm still trying to get tickets with
Jack
my wife
and his
to go.
wife invited us, but
But they're sold out, and the aftermarket tickets are a little pricey
He
for me
waited
for
too long.
REO
He
Speedwagon.
waited too long to get tickets.
Is Owen Wilson in REO Speedwagon?
Right there in the middle.
It totally
Does he
looks
not
like
look like him?
It totally does. It totally
does.
Jack, I got 2 extra tickets for you.
Do you?
Backstage pass, everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful. I can go hang out with
You
Owen.
can leave Brendan out in the crowd.
Go hang out with Owen. Awesome. I like it.
I'll be at Red Rock anyway.
So something really cool that's going on downtown is the Hidden Cinema Rooftop Garden.
I think David did a backflip when he saw this.
This
one.
is pretty cool. It's a rooftop theater where you can actually sit outside and bring your blankets. You can bring your own food. They do we got a few movies here: Kingpin, The Beach, Notting Hill, etc. for upcoming. And then
Actually,
they're going to do a whole Halloween specials.
Notting Hill is one of my favorite movies.
The Exorcist is very good on October 22nd. Anyway, and Christmas showings in December on the rooftop there. It's really kind of cool. You can bring your own food. There's little different levels of tickets. You got your picnic blanket, your lounge beanbag chairs. You got your beanbag love seat, and all sorts of fun stuff. You can also order alcohol there, which is awesome.
And you can bring your own.
No, you can't bring your own booze.
Oh,
You can bring your own food.
BYOF.
Or you can sneak it in.
Yeah.
Don't say anything.
BYOF.
Anyway, so
Do they have a honeymoon package for you too, for the newlywed over
they
there?
should. They should. Thank you for bringing
Date
that up
night?
again. Yeah, buddy.
Because obviously he's not going to REO Speedwagon because he didn't get
So
tickets.
maybe I'll be at the hidden rooftop
So
theater.
find Jack this weekend at the Hidden Rooftop movie theater
On Friday during
on
REO
Friday at
Speedwagon.
7:00.
Wait, I do have a question about that though, which seems very cool. David probably knows the answer to this. Where is the Hidden Rooftop? There's a lot of rooftops.
It's
in
downtown, but if you check the link,
Ooh, check the link
Is
below.
it,
able
is it
to
like on the
see
rooftop
exactly
of one
where
of the
it is.
bars? Or?
on one of the downtown. I'm not 100% sure, but
It's right off the
Stumped him.
We're going to check out the
It'd be
link
pretty cool
below.
to check it out.
It's
out the
hidden.
link.
It's
The
hidden.
link
So
below.
good luck. Or just click the link and check it out.
The link, we'll figure it out.
When was the last time you guys looked at the movie listings?
Never.
Jesus,
Like
man.
just like Red Rock, I
been a
have
while.
kids, so I'd never go to the movie anymore. I missed that. But it's kind of funny because they didn't make any movies really during COVID.
No.
So when you go look at the movie listings now,
Like, what
they're
is
all
this?
like re-releases. Like they re-release
I have no
Psycho.
idea.
If you want to go see
wow.
Really?
Caddyshack in the movie theater,
Oh,
you
that's
can go
great.
see
The
it.
funny thing
I see
is,
that.
you just asked me that, and I realized I haven't looked in probably a year.
Yeah.
Like I have no idea.
It's been a long time.
Well, I was having one of those days where I was reminiscing about all the fun things that we used to be able to do before we had children that consume your life after that. And we drive by Red Rock, and I'm like,
That's why you redid your backyard.
yes, I'm there all the time. Honey, you remember that place over there with the movie theater? We actually used to go there.
Totally.
Get popcorn, watch that
That's
big
why I
screen.
spent.
It's just the simple things.
I'm about 5 years past you, maybe 6 years past you, age-wise on my kids. So that's why I did my backyard 6 years ago.
I'm telling you.
You
Smart
got to
man.
put the movie theater in your backyard. So the new Hidden movie theater is in the Gardens at. No, just kidding.
The Gardens Park at 105.
But of course, in general, if you guys have anything you want us to add next time as far as information or anything like that, let us know. And as always, if you want to text Market, every Monday we'll give you the market update. So
Get those
text
market updates.
702-553-1955. Text Market. If you're looking for
Food or
deals,
drink specials.
food, drink specials, some connections that we have with local restaurants, text Dine to the same number, 702-553-1955.
And don't forget, there's one more thing.
What's that?
If you want Aviators tickets, text Aviators to 702-553-1955.
So lots of things to remember, lots of spelling. If you need to refer to the spelling, look at the link. But in general, thank you so much, Joey.
Thank you, Joey.
Thanks for having me, guys. Always a pleasure.
I did not realize I was in a New York, New Jersey, Chicago sandwich
Yes.
today, but
Yes.
I did get a Chicago sandwich / Texas.
You're like a deep dish slice of pizza right now.
Yeah, I like
that's
it.
Not even
I like
pizza.
it.
That's another show. So next time on why New York pizza is better. But either way, thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you guys next week. Have a good one.
Have a good one.